The Bold and the Beautiful scoop for Wednesday, December 3rd, reveals Bill Spencer will confront Ridge Forrester about his treatment of Katie Logan. Also coming up, Donna Forrester will share some troubling news with Brooke Forrester. B&B spoilers tease Donna will be worried about her honey bear. It'll turn out Eric Forrester is about to undergo yet another health crisis. Up until now, Donna has been keeping what's going on with her husband under wraps. Viewers will recall the last time Eric's health took a turn for the worse. He stubbornly insisted he didn't want anyone else to know. So, did he issue the same order this time? Whatever the case, Donna will decide it's time to confide in her older sister. B&B spoilers indicate Brooke will be taken aback when Donna tells her about a serious medical issue Eric is facing. But is he dying again? Or has his erectile dysfunction returned? Meanwhile, Bill was highly perturbed when he learned that his Katie has been pushed out of her PR job at Forrester Creations. She was replaced by a PR company hired by Ridge and Carter Walton. Dollar Bill encouraged Katie to ditch the fashion house to come and work with him at Spencer Publications. Then he found out Brooke and Ridge dismissed Katie's ideas. So, he'll decide to take the bull by the horns and approach Ridge. Bill will tell the dressmaker he's going to regret sidelining Katie. However, Ridge isn't just going to sit back and take it. No doubt, he'll bring up the pardon he secured for Luna Nozawa and all the havoc it caused. But who will come on top? Ridge or Bill? Stay tuned! Hey B&B fans! Stees! DTs! Are you enjoying the latest CBS Sudser Beyond the Gates? Then make sure you join our free Facebook group, Keep reading the Soap Scoop, your source for the latest soap opera spoilers and B&B spoilers and news. And make sure to also join our B&B Facebook group. But if you miss an episode, don't fret. You can watch The Bold and the Beautiful online at cbs.com. As the episode begins, Dylan is still confessing to Finn and Steffi that she killed Luna. And even though Finn wanted nothing to do with his homicidal maniac daughter, he seems kinda pissed about it. At Spencer Publications, Bill sings Katie's praises to Liam to the point that he makes it sound like a wonder he ever closed a deal without her. At Forrester Creations, Ridge and Brooke are talking about how pretty she is. She also recaps that they are together again and remarried. Yup, we know, Brooke. Just then, in comes Katie. After the opening credits, Liam and Bill pick up where they left off saying how amazing Katie is. Bill insists that his priorities were out of whack during his marriage to Katie. He wasn't there enough for her as she raised Will. Liam insists that Dad's being too hard on himself. Is he, though? Anyway, Bill reiterates that he wants Katie to leave Forrester and bring Will over to Spencer. Later, Bill checks his temper on a business call. Hey, that is demonstrable progress. Good on Bold and Beautiful for showing, not telling. Bill is even down with continuing the never-ending journey to self-improvement. He swears to Liam that he'll never break Katie's heart again. She deserves to be respected, Bill adds, especially at Forrester. Speaking of Forrester, at the design house, Ridge and Brooke are surprised that Katie came to the office. She does still work there, she says, doesn't she? From there, Ridge marvels that Bill has really stepped up for Will. Katie thanks her long-ago fiancé for acknowledging that and announces that she has some ideas to pitch. Brooke and Ridge aren't into Katie's plans. Robin and her team have already set a similar one in motion. MK. But Katie's ready to return as head of PR. Can she not? What is it? She asks. Ridge and Brooke don't want to give Robin the boot right now. Wow. At the Cliff House, Electra and Will seem to feel like they need to defend Dylan. I've never even had a speeding ticket, Dylan cries. I'm so sorry. Does anyone else not get this? She basically dropped a house on the Wicked Witch of the West, and now she's owned some tear-stained apology tour. Where's her ticker tape parade? Finn shares that he has conflicting feelings about Luna, but he didn't wish her dead. One thing that I know is what Electra just said. He adds, You are a wonderful person. Hayes adores you, and so do we. Steffi and I both believe you. Just like that, Finn forgives Dylan, and they hug it out. Afterwards, Dylan and Comey recap her mistakes and remorse. Steffi won't let her beat herself up over being conned by Miss Sunshine. Does anyone see the point to this stuff? Are we supposed to feel bad for Luna now? Finn doesn't want Dylan to mope around. You have a beautiful life, you just need to reclaim it. Will and Electra will help with that, they say. As the episode nears its conclusion, Bill leaves Liam mid-sentence at Spencer to check on Katie. At that very moment, she is forced to remind Brooke and Ridge of her qualifications for her job, even her stint as CEO. She isn't hearing any support whatsoever from her sister, who is all into new PR rep Robin's firm. It's not personal, Ridge says. It's just business. Back at the beach house, Electra reiterates that she wants to help Dylan, and Will reiterates how awesome his girlfriend is. They can't wait for Luna to be nothing but a distant memory. Will suggests they never even speak of her again. Yes, please make that happen. Electra agrees, but can they really keep to their pact? Yes, please? Dare we hope? At the Cliff House, Finn and Steffi reiterate all that Dylan has been through and how they all have to move forward. The lunacy has consumed us for too long, understates the doc. He doesn't have any more feelings to process because his wife is amazing, beautiful, talented, etc., etc. I never knew I could love like this till I laid eyes on you. Finally, at Forrester, Brooke frets over how upset Katie was. Ridge has no bleeps to give. Alone with Bill, Katie explains how an outside PR team has usurped her position in like a week. And as for Brooke and Ridge, they completely disregarded me, she marvels. Bill's take? They're idiots. Seeing his opening, Bill once again suggests that his powerhouse partner walk away from Forrester and its scandals. They should be on their knees thanking you. The good news is, you can give Forrester the boot. Come with me and your true family company. Yep, sure looks like Katie's out of there. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for the week of December 8-12 hint that a boyfriend test may be passed while some final wedding prep happens. Katie Logan may also take a huge leap. So let's talk about what's coming up. For starters, news about Eric Forrester's latest round of health drama will spread and cause concerns among his loved ones. We should also point out that Ridge Forrester made an unsettling comment about being married to Brooke Logan Forrester until his dying breath, so he could have some medical mayhem in his future, too. On a happier note, Hope Logan and Liam Spencer will kick their wedding plans into high gear. B&B spoilers say Liam and Hope will definitely get hitched this December, so they don't have long to make the final arrangements for their special day. The question is, will Sheila Sharp be on the guest list, or will she be left out of the ceremony like Beth Spencer requested? Regardless, Deacon Sharp will continue to feel an intense pull in Taylor Hayes' direction, which can only lead to more issues for his marriage. As for Hope, she may juggle any last-minute wedding plans with all the prep for Hope for the future's next fashion show. The new PR team may play up Hope's line as part of their shift to a fashion-related narrative. That outside PR team will remain a problem for Katie, who'll likely take the leap and embrace a fresh start at Spencer Publications like Bill Spencer wants. Over with Carter Walton, he'll romance Daphne Rose and hope to convince her that he's boyfriend material. Carter may pass the test, but that doesn't mean things will be smooth sailing from here on out. Daphne's history could come back to bite her and bring some curveballs as her relationship with Carter deepens. Although Steffi Forrester Finnegan and John Finn Finnegan are on solid ground as a couple right now, it may be the calm before the storm. Electra Forrester and Will Spencer may be in similar territory since they think they're ready for a drama-free life together. Will and Electra could get hit with another wave of turmoil when they least expect it, since that's usually how soaps operate. Of course, B&B may let most of the blissful couples have a Merry Christmas first, so stay tuned for updates on all the holiday buildup. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say the week of December 8-12 will bring plenty of excitement. If you thought Bold and Beautiful PR was Katie was miffed when she first heard that Forrester Creations had hired an outside firm to tackle to the fallout from Lunagate, wait till she finds her thunder stolen by her sort of replacement Robin this week. Amy Davidson, whom you'll recognize from her zillion primetime appearances, but especially from her stint opposite Kaylee Cuoco on 8 Simple Rules, is set to reprise her role. As it is, Katie was so annoyed that Ridge and Brooke had signed on an outsider to handle the PR crisis that she complained to Bill. He, in turn, took it as yet another sign that his former and possibly future wife should tender her resignation, jump ship, and come work for him at Spencer Publications. She maintained that she was happy where she was and felt appreciated. Well, usually anyway. That state of affairs promises to take a turn for the worse in the Tuesday Dessingtium 2, nay episode yay, when Katie is unnerved anew that Brooke isn't supporting her the way she'd like to be. Want to bet that by Friday, Katie has decided to throw in the towel and move over to Spencer? The question then becomes, if Katie goes, will son Will go with her? Bill wants his chip off the old block at Spencer too, but Will isn't likely to leave the workplace that he shares with girlfriend Electra. And frankly, why would he leave a job anyway that mostly requires him to stand around and gossip and/or make out with his boo? The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that 6 December story developments are on the way. So here's what B&B fans can expect. There'll be a lot to look forward to in the coming weeks, especially in the romance department. 1. Deacon and Taylor's chemistry explodes. Since Taylor Hayes and Deacon Sharp are on the verge of a total chemistry explosion, that can't be good news for his marriage to Sheila Sharp. Will Deacon kiss, or even head to bed with Taylor? Will Sheila find out and unleash her wrath once Deacon betrays her with the good doc? 2. Hope and Liam's wedding day arrives. As for Hope Logan and Liam Spencer, their wedding day will finally arrive. Liam and Hope will definitely tie the knot, but there could be a few snags before their vows happen, or perhaps at the reception. Will Sheila cause drama at the festivities, or could there be some other hurdles that threaten Liam and Hope's nuptials? Regardless, Hope and Liam will indeed tie the knot as Christmas approaches. 3. Katie's big decision about her future. In the meantime, Katie Logan will make a significant decision about her future. It looks like Katie may officially accept Bill Spencer's offer to come work at Spencer Publications. Bill might have remarriage on his mind soon as well, since B&B spoilers say he'll embrace a new chapter with Katie. If a marriage proposal is in the works, that could bring another important choice for Katie to mull over. 4. Daphne's step forward with Carter. Over with Daphne Rose. She'll open her heart a bit more as she takes a step forward with Carter Walton. Carter will be thrilled, but could a storm cloud be hanging over this romance? Since fall preview info hinted about someone from Daphne's past making a mess of things, that could still be coming up unless the story was dropped. 5. Eric's health problems put a damper on the holidays. Unfortunately, Eric Forrester's health problems could bring down the mood a bit this holiday season. There'll be some concerns about Eric's medical setback, but let's hope some positive updates are coming down the road. 6. Thomas comes home for Christmas. Finally, Thomas Forrester will come home for Christmas, so he'll have a chance to reconnect with Eric, Taylor, Ridge Forrester, Steffi Forrester Finnegan, and all his other loved ones. Of course, viewers may also hear about Thomas' love life and what he's been doing off-screen. Did Thomas patch things up with Paris Buckingham, or perhaps move on with someone new? The bold and the beautiful spoilers say some great December scenes are in store, so stay tuned. The Bold and the Beautiful recap for Tuesday, December 2nd, reveals that Katie Logan was in tears over her rejected pitch, so Bill Spencer swooped in with comfort and a reminder of where she belonged. At the Cliff House, Dylan cried over never even getting a speeding ticket and assured John Finnegan, as well as Steffi Forrester Finnegan, that she didn't kill Luna Nozawa on purpose. Will Spencer and Electra Forrester piped up in defense of Dylan, who remained deeply apologetic and distraught. B&B made it seem like Finn was angry at first, but it was just a fake-out since he ultimately told Dylan that he believed her, and so did Steffi. Finn knew how much Hayes Finnegan loved Dylan, so he played up what a wonderful person she was. After Finn pulled Dylan into a hug, the forgiveness fest wrapped up and everyone went on their way. Steffi and Finn shared some lovey-dovey moments on the sofa, while Will and Electra hoped to put Luna behind them back at the beach house. Once Bill hyped up Katie to Liam Spencer at Spencer Publications, he reiterated that he wanted both Katie and Will to join the family business. At Forrester Creations, Katie surprised Brooke Logan Forrester and Ridge Forrester with her arrival. After Katie pointed out that she still worked there, she made a pitch and learned the outside PR team already had that idea covered. Since things were going well with the new PR firm, Ridge didn't want to make changes right now and planned to stick with them. Katie was upset over being pushed aside and complained since Brooke wasn't giving her the support she felt she deserved. Ridge insisted it was just business, but Katie clearly thought it felt more personal and wound up crying to Bill in the aftermath. Bill thought the Forresters were idiots for not seeing Katie's worth, so he once again pushed her to give the company the boot and come back to Spencer Publications. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Katie could send shockwaves at Forrester if she accepts Bill's offer and delivers that huge news. So stay tuned for updates on what's next for her. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Eric Forrester is apparently struggling with a secret medical setback. Donna Logan will spill the truth to Brooke Logan, so the drama's about to heat up on B&B. In the December 3rd episode, Donna will give Brooke some troubling updates. It turns out Donna will shock Brooke with difficult news about Eric, so some emotional scenes are coming up for the sisters. This unsettling info will lead to multiple people fretting over Eric's health during the week of December 1st to 5. It sounds like Eric has suffered a medical setback, so Donna will have good reasons to be concerned and lean on Brooke for support. Perhaps Eric went for a checkup and had some new tests run. The results may have been alarming to Eric's doctors, so his condition could be taking a turn for the worse. Although John Finnegan previously came up with a way to treat Eric and saved his life, that doesn't mean Eric is cured. Eric's illness could still come roaring back and put his life in jeopardy once again. Unfortunately, Ridge Forrester won't know about Eric's latest medical struggles when he clashes with him at Forrester Creations on December 4th. It appears Ridge will try to push Eric out the door to retirement without realizing Eric is once again worried about the legacy he'll leave behind. Of course, Ridge will have concerns along with Donna and Brooke once he learns the real story. Whether Ridge finds out from Eric himself or from Brooke later, he'll have plenty of questions about his father's health. It's clear that B&B is revisiting Eric's medical issues, so stay tuned to see where this chapter of the story is headed. Do you think Eric's life will be in legitimate danger? Or is this just another fake-out? Would you rather see a different storyline for Eric instead? The bold and the beautiful spoilers say the Forresters have another crisis ahead regardless, so don't miss all the action. Bold and Beautiful is hurtling Liam and Hope once again toward love and marriage. In fact, the newly re-engaged couple is set to tie the knot, hopefully a double knot this time, this very month, Swoon reports. So what's next for Lope? Since a happy, stable relationship is the kiss of death on a soap, how can the show keep their storyline alive? Gleaning clues from what we've seen on air, the kinder, gentler Bill has become appreciative of his son's management style at Spencer Publications. If Dad steps back from the top spot to focus on his own reunion with former wife Katie and the upheaval she's facing at Forrester, Liam could find himself large and in charge. One problem, not a lot of conflict there, right? Hope would be as supportive of Liam's rise in the ranks as he is of her continued efforts to keep hope for the future afloat. But we, and more importantly, they, could run into a problem if Liam learns that being the boss is harder than it looks. If he starts to behave more like the old Bill, Hope would be like, "Who the hell are you, and what have you done with the real Liam Spencer?" As the remarrieds clash, Ivy could lend Liam a sympathetic ear. That just happens to remind him that she has two very kissable lips. In no time, Ivy could re-evolute her assessment of Liam and Hope as endgame and decide that if she isn't willing to let her husband evolve, maybe someone else is the right person for him. Someone like her. If nothing else, the twist would get poor Ivy off the bench and give her something to do besides butt into Elektra's romance with Will. What do you think? If you were writing the show, what would you script for Lope? Dylan confessed to Steffi and Finn that she was the one who ran Luna over, which elicited a shocking reaction from Finn. On The Bold and the Beautiful, December 2nd, 2025, Dylan confessed the truth to Finn and Steffi. It struck him in the heart, which elicited a shocking reaction. Dylan returned to B&B to tell the truth. She was the driver who hit Luna the night she died. The authorities refused to disclose the driver's identity to protect their anonymity. Deputy Chief Baker had to keep that information under wraps when he confirmed Luna's death with the Spencers and Forresters. But Dylan wanted to come forward. The truth was too much for her to bear. She regrets what she did that night. So, she paid Elektra a surprise visit last week at Forrester Creations. Soon enough, the news spread, and Electra, Dylan, and Will showed up at the Cliff House with news for Finn and Steffi. Dylan confessed she was the one who hit Luna with her car. At first, Finn appeared to be upset with Dylan. We assumed that his grief could cause trouble in his marriage to Steffi. Finn admitted that he had conflicting feelings about his daughter. Luna had many opportunities to change, and she didn't. But Finn knew that Dylan was a good person who didn't hit Luna out of revenge or rage. Also, Finn and Steffi knew Hayes liked her, and so did they. They still trust her enough to have their kid around her. In a surprise twist, Finn told Dylan he believed her. Then, he gave her a hug. He didn't harbor any hate towards Dylan. Finn felt regret for not being a positive influence in Luna's life, but he knew he couldn't. He's not going to beat himself up for that. He advised Dylan to do the same. He believed that Dylan could reclaim her life after this ordeal. Electra and Will promised Dylan that they would be there for her. Dylan admitted how guilty she felt for killing Luna, but Steffi told her not to feel guilty. The couple offered their support, and Steffi hugged her. This storyline might finally be getting the closure it needed. After Dylan left, Steffi said it would take time for Dylan to move forward. Finn told his wife that he wanted to put this Luna horror story behind him. He needed to move on. They needed to move on as well, for everyone's sake. They went through this ordeal for far too long, and they made a pact not to discuss Luna anymore. Finn assured Steffi that he was fine because he was happily married. But is he really fine? Or will his grief come out in a different way? It'll be interesting to see how they'll be able to move on now that the threat is gone from their lives. Hedge your bets. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say the odds of Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes keeping their paws off each other are slim to none. The star-crossed lovers will continue to share steamy hugs and longing gazes on the soap. And at this rate, they might even hit the sheets by Christmas. Will Deacon and Taylor be able to fight their urges? Keep reading to find out. Here's what's coming up next week on B&B. Spoilers down below. Deacon Sharp agreed to give his marriage one more shot, but it's obvious that his heart just isn't in it anymore. While Sheila Carter is none the wiser, her hubby has been falling in love with his therapist, Taylor Hayes. Deacon and Taylor's chemistry is undeniable, and fans are loving the new couple. There's only one problem. Deacon is still married to Sheila Carter. This week on B&B, spoilers say that Deacon and Taylor will have another secret meeting and the sparks will be flying. It has been a while since any of the characters on the soap have had this kind of chemistry. Sheila's husband has about one more secret therapy session in him before he crosses a line. Taylor Hayes has always been known to have high standards and a sense of morale on bold. Normally, she would never cross a line with one of her patients, a married one at that. But she also knows how crazy Sheila Carter really is. If Deacon argues he needs to handle the breakup delicately and prolongs leaving his wife, it's a valid excuse. Do you think that Deacon and Taylor will hit the sheets before Christmas? Will the doc sleep with her patient while he's still a married man? The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025, tease a new storyline arc coming, and it's about time. Now that the Luna Nozawa mess seems to be over for good this time, it's time to move on to a brand new story arc for at least 4 to 6 weeks. This time, we are going to focus on Eric Forrester, who hasn't done much over the last year except try to reunite Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester. On Wednesday, it's Brooke who is blindsided when Donna Logan gives her some big news about Eric. What could be going on with him now? Has he started coughing up blood again? Is he ready to retire again? Or does he want to take back his spot as the CEO of Forrester Creations? All of these stories have been done before, but why not repeat them, right? After all, we never learned what ailment Eric actually had 2 years ago. So John Finnegan may not have been able to cure it permanently. After Liam Spencer was recently dying, we are not sure we can handle another death and dying story with a happy ending. But it looks like the show might be headed there again. While Brooke gets some shocking news about Eric, Dollar Bill Spencer takes on Ridge Forrester in Katie Logan's defense. He can't believe FC would just replace her without even telling her. But Ridge has reasons. He really believed Katie was better off taking some time away from it all and not dealing with the PR fallout from Luna's actions. Bill just takes this as Ridge not having enough faith in his Katie to do the job right. Will Ridge be shocked when Bill tells him that he offered Katie a position at Spencer Publications? Will she even take it? It will be a big change for Katie, but maybe it is the change that she needs. The Logan women have been riding high for a while now on the bold and the beautiful. It wasn't long ago that Steffi Forrester was outnumbered by the Logans or calling in reinforcements. Sadly, we've seen the last of those days for a while. Going into the new year, the Logan women will all be at war with each other on the bold and the beautiful. Brooke, Katie, Hopi, and Donna will have a lot to fight over in the next few months. Keep reading for all new B&B spoilers and updates. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Katie Logan is hurt that her sister let them replace her at Forrester Creations. Shouldn't your sister being married to Ridge Forrester give you some sort of job security? Meanwhile, this week on the soap, it will be revealed that Eric Forrester has some new health concerns. Eric Forrester and Brooke Logan have always had a complicated relationship. Brooke's romantic past with her father-in-law makes their connection extra creepy. The last time Eric was on his deathbed, he shared an emotional moment with Brooke, and it was clear he was still in love with her. B&B spoilers hint those old feelings could come to the surface again and create some serious tension between Brooke and her sister Donna Logan. Nobody wants to sit at their husband's deathbed and listen to him profess his love for your sister. Hope Logan and her mother have a complicated relationship. Hope always chooses her career and is determined to give Hope for the future the comeback it deserves. If Brooke's hubby's antics at the office when Eric is sick affect her company, she will turn on her mom in the blink of an eye. Are you shocked to see the close-knit Logan sisters fall apart on the Bold and the Beautiful? Share your thoughts in the comments down below and keep checking back here on Soap Opera Spy for more spoilers and updates. Will Luna's death bring out Finn's guilt of not getting to know his daughter? Finn is determined to find out the identity of the driver who killed Luna on the Bold and the Beautiful. This is different from the Finn who wanted nothing to do with his evil daughter when she was alive. So, what happened? Finn wanted nothing to do with Luna when she was alive. Now that she's died for real this time, he wants to know who the driver was. By this point, the driver's name was kept under wraps. On Monday's episode, Finn eagerly called the cops, asking who had run Luna down. But what is that information going to do for him? It's just going to cause him more pain and guilt for not getting to know his daughter. Finn's grief could help release the guilt of not providing Luna with a stable father figure in her life, which she desperately needed. He can only mourn the cousin he knew during his childhood. Finn never got to know Luna as his daughter, which could cause trouble for his marriage. By this point, Sin has stayed strong together. Finn promised Steffi that he would choose her and their family over Luna, and he's maintained that attitude. However, that changed after Luna died. His demeanor changed once he learned the truth. Dylan's shocking confession could provide more Sin angst. According to the B&B preview, Finn tearfully exclaims, "You killed my daughter?" Obviously, it wasn't intentional. Dylan regrets what she did. She even apologizes to Finn for what happened. However, this could bring out feelings that he's kept aside for the sake of keeping his family together. Dylan's confession could offer closure on Luna's death. This storyline could also foreshadow trouble for Steffi and Finn. Steffi asked Finn for his true feelings about his daughter's death. He admitted that he had conflicting feelings, but he always chose his family. Finn only knew Luna as his bright, young cousin, who seemed so full of hope. In recent years, he saw a disturbing dark side to Luna. He just found out this year that she was his biological daughter. That's a lot of information to take in at once. LA's top doc will have conflicting feelings moving forward. How will Steffi be able to navigate that since she only knows of the Luna who wanted her dead? Finn could blame his wife for not allowing him to get to know his daughter, which means that Steffi might get in the middle of Liam and Hope's engagement bliss. Ridge and Eric's office conversation sets the tone for a major shift at Forrester, while Deacon's time with Taylor brings old feelings roaring back. The Bold and the Beautiful's must-watch moments for Thursday, December 4th, include Ridge and Eric having a powerful conversation at Forrester. Plus, Deacon, Hope, and Deke share some time together before Deacon sees Taylor, and their chemistry crackles. It's going to be a big day in Los Angeles. Donna stunned everyone when she gave them an update about Eric's health. It wasn't all that long ago that Eric dealt with other health issues, and he even thought he might be dying. However, since then, Eric's health has been great. He's been at Forrester and working even though Ridge and Steffi have taken leading roles in the company. Eric is still very much involved. Meanwhile, since Deke's arrival in Los Angeles, he and Hope have spent some time together. Deke gave her advice about Hope for the future, and he snuck his work in among other hopefuls at Forrester Creations. Deacon has enjoyed having his children around. Of course, Deacon has also been going to therapy after he learned about Sheila's lying over Lee secretly saving Luna's life. Taylor reluctantly helped Deacon. Of course, their sessions went way over professional lines when the two shared a kiss. Even though Taylor attempted to stay professional, things really haven't. It takes a little primping for Naomi Matsuda to get into character. Naomi Matsuda plays everyone's favorite, the bold and the beautiful Dr. Lee Finnegan. Since the show is set in glamorous Los Angeles, the actress and her character always look flawless. Now, Matsuda is giving fans a glimpse into the work it takes to transform into Lee. Matsuda gained widespread recognition after joining B&B in 2021. Her performance as the strong-willed and protective Lee immediately won over fans. Lee is often featured on-screen dealing with a medical crisis or a problem for the Nozawa Finnegan family. With more drama coming for the Finnegans, viewers will be seeing more of the beloved doctor. Recently, during a day on set, Matsuda revealed how she transforms into her famous character. In an Instagram video, the actress was seated in the hair and makeup room, getting glamorized for her scenes. So this is Naomi becoming Lee Finnegan, starting off with getting my hair cut by the one and only Carly. Matsuda then zoomed in on her hairdresser. As Matsuda was getting her hair cut, her co-star Annika Noel popped into the screen. "Oh, a special guest star," the two women giggled. With early morning calls at the studio, Matsuda and Noel agreed they're both tired as they applied under-eye patches. Despite being tired, the actresses were up and ready for a fun day of filming. After getting her hair and makeup done, it was time for Matsuda to show off her look. "And Lee Finnegan's here," she declared to her audience. Matsuda's transformation into Lee wowed her followers. "Gorgeous as always," wrote one fan. "Fabulous as usual, you could never have a bad-looking day," another commenter replied. B&B fans will be seeing more of Lee as the Nozawa Finnegan family deals with the aftermath of Luna's death. Lee saved Luna's life during one brush with death, but this time, it doesn't seem like there will be another miracle. Luna was killed in a hit-and-run accident while fleeing the police. Although fans believe Luna might still be alive, it seems the young villainess is officially gone. Luna's death has hit Lee and her son Finn hard. Finn seems to be having a tough time with his grief, and speculation is that this could lead to a darker Finn. With Finn possibly spiraling out of control, it'll be up to his mom, Lee, to help. Since Lee is protective of her family, she'll do all she can to rescue Finn. She saved his life once, and she can do it again. The bold and the beautiful spoilers indicate that Thomas Forrester could have a new hookup. Is she someone his family will approve of? After all, this is the man who once upon a time dined with a mannequin designed to look like Hope Logan. The last time we saw Doubting Thomas, he was in the weeds. He had no GF, and his dad had just dumped his mom. But things seem to have taken a turn for brighter days, if indeed the handsome designer is squiring a new girl on his Nepo baby arm. The last time that Thomas was in LA, he was struggling to cope with the end of his engagement to social work adjacent Paris Buckingham. His morosity was deepened upon learning that Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan Forrester were married, and some thought Thomas was about to go to the dark side once again. Thomas will come home for the holidays, and fans should expect to see him as his loved ones catch up. Will we find out that Thomas has a new girlfriend? Spoilers hint Thomas will bring the mystery lady to LA, where she could have a surprising connection to someone in town. That's because fall preview spoilers intimated that someone related to Daphne Rose's past would arrive. We still haven't seen this person. What are the chances that she is dating Thomas? If Daphne has a beautiful sister, she may be the one who's stolen Thomas's heart. And, knowing soaps as we do, the sisters may have beef. We are speculating here, But Daphne's past is unknown, and it makes sense to connect her to a second person in LA. If this woman is who we predict she could be, what would her issue be? Is she a gold digger, a man-eater, or an opportunist who could break Thomas's heart? Daphne is friends with Steffi Forrester Finnegan and would be cautious if a bad actor got too close to the family. Spicy the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint that Thomas' return could come with a bombshell, so stay tuned. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers are in for Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025. In tomorrow's episode, fans can expect Bill Spencer to confront Ridge Forrester. Meanwhile, Donna Logan Forrester blindsides Brooke Logan Forrester with news about Eric Forrester. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's start off with Bill, who was with Liam Spencer at the office when he had a bad feeling. The man said he needed to check on Katie Logan. Just when Bill had that feeling, Katie got a gut punch from Ridge and Brooke's stance on the public relations firm. Bill had already been wanting Katie at Spencer Publications. However, she loved her job and didn't want to quit. While Brooke didn't say much about the PR firm, Ridge refused to give Katie back her role as head of public relations. Ridge didn't see any reason to change anything and said the PR firm was doing their job so far. All of the ideas Katie had were dismissed as well. Ridge said those same ideas have already been implemented by the PR firm. The fact that Brooke didn't jump to defend Katie was the most concerning part of that scene, at least in Katie's eyes. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for tomorrow's episode reveal that Donna blindsides Brooke. It seems that Donna has information about Eric. Now we know from a weekly preview clip that there is friction at the office between Eric and Ridge. So, maybe Eric didn't approve of Ridge hiring the PR firm? Could that be what Donna blindsides Brooke with regarding Eric? It wouldn't be the first time that Ridge took the reins and made company decisions without Eric's input. This could be what forces Katie's hand and might have her accept Bill's proposition. However, is Spencer Publications going to really be better than Forrester Creations? If Ridge is back to making decisions without Eric's input, it could be a Forrester versus Forrester war. Everyone at the company and in the family will be forced to choose sides. While Eric isn't in the office much these days, he has always wanted to remain a firm grip on his control. So, what will Eric do when Ridge chooses the PR firm over Katie? Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025? Welcome to the Bold and the Beautiful Daily YAPP. For a quick, and by that, I mean you're already halfway done, recap of the most amazing or what the heck did we just watch moments on today's episode. Let's get to it. Katie: I was even CEO. Ridge: yeah, that was a dark time in our history. Wait, hold up here. Did Ridge really say that on the December 2nd, 2025 episode of The Bold and the Beautiful? Yes, he sure did. And when he did, our jaws were on the floor. Yes, he clarified the statement, saying it was a bad time when Bill took over Forrester Creations, but he had already dug his hole and really needed to stop talking. Since Katie is back with Bill, lobbing a half-handed insult at Bill after just uttering those words to Katie was not the way to go. And Katie was trying to defend herself when she pointed out she had once been CEO of FC. She was also a pretty good PR person who never had trouble with her job before, but now she has suddenly been usurped without even being consulted. Not even Brooke was on her own sister's side, which was just plain rude and disloyal. She even seemed condescending when talking to Katie. It's a good thing that Bill has an offer on the table for her because Katie needs to leave those Forrester ingrates in the dust and run to Spencer Publications. And Ridge? He needs to stick to designing dresses and just stop talking because it rarely ends well. Want more details? We got you! Soap Central has the best full B&B recaps on the internet. You can even go back over 30 years and read each and every one of them. If you can't wait until the next episode, we have daily spoilers too. And whatever you do this weekend, do not, seriously, do not forget to read the 2 scoops for some laughs in the as close as we can come to being a watching party without actually being a show. And the best part is if you agree or disagree, we want to know. As always, share your comments below. Here are your The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025. On Tuesday's all-new episode, Katie returned to work with a plethora of new ideas to combat the negative publicity surrounding Luna. While Katie knew she was a bit too close to the situation, she assumed that, as head of PR, it was her duty to formulate a game plan. However, Brooke and Ridge essentially dismissed her ideas, leaving her feeling overlooked and unappreciated. Shortly after the disappointing meeting, Bill arrived at Forrester to check on her and got an earful about how she was treated by her sister and brother-in-law. Bill's made great strides in becoming a better version of himself. Despite the monumental changes the media mogul has made, he has a primal instinct to protect those he loves, and Ridge is about to get a first-hand reminder. In Wednesday's episode, Bill confronts Ridge over what Ridge has done to Katie. Considering their contentious history, this fight could turn ugly quickly. Bill's made no secret of the fact that he doesn't think Katie and Will are being used to their fullest potential at Forrester. He's not going to mince words with the dressmaker, so there's no telling how the confrontation will escalate. All signs point to Katie being on her way out of Forrester, and the potential for a family feud between Brooke and Katie is looking more possible than ever. The Forrester family was in shambles not too long ago, believing Eric had little time left. Despite being on death's door, Eric recovered, and he's been back in action ever since. However, Wednesday's episode brings new uncertainty when Donna blindsides Brooke with news about Eric. Everyone is still reeling from the aftermath of Luna's death and her far-reaching impact, and it looks like, instead of getting a reprieve from heartache, there's more on the horizon. Eric's been somewhat pushed to the back burner by Ridge, even after his medical turnaround. Despite this, Eric and Ridge have remained mostly on the same page, but recent seeds were planted when Ridge encouraged his father not to come into the office. It's not difficult to believe that Ridge could use yet another medical crisis as further proof that it was time for Eric to call it quits at Forrester once and for all. Hopefully, Brooke's reaction to the news is that of full support for Donna and Eric, or she may find herself at odds with both of her sisters. It's not evident how serious Eric's new health crisis will be, but it's seemingly enough to leave Brooke rattled. This is a man she shares 2 children with, and their lives have been interconnected since the very beginning of the soap. Losing Eric would create an undeniable void in the canvas. After the upheaval caused by Luna, more stability is needed, and killing off Eric would be the diametric opposite of that. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025, tease Finn and Steffi learning more about Luna's death than they ever wanted to know. A guilty Miss Dillon already confessed to Elektra Forrester that she was the one who ran down Luna Nozawa, causing her gory death. However, Elektra is not broken up about it because it's not like Luna was family or anything. She was Elektra's worst mortal enemy. However, Elektra does feel bad for her friend and realizes that confession is good for the soul. Is that why she brings her by Steffi Forrester Finnegan's and John Finn Finnegan's house? Dillon tells Steffi and Finn that she killed Finn's daughter, shocking them both. However, neither one of them was broken up over Luna's death either. They knew who and what Luna was, so Steffi might want to give Dillon a medal for a job well done. We are not quite sure what the point was in having Dillon kill Luna, so hopefully there is a twist here that nobody sees coming. For some odd reason, Katie Logan is determined to handle the public relations fallout from the Luna mess, despite how personally involved she is with the entire situation. However, seeing how Brooke Logan is fine with a new PR firm handling it all irks Katie. She knows she can do her job right and has no idea why people are trying to usurp her. This causes Katie to start rethinking a few things in life. She is already making a change by reuniting with Dollar Bill Spencer and moving back into the Spencer mansion. No, a wedding is not quite on the horizon yet, but maybe a professional change is. Katie has been stagnant at Forrester Creations for far too long, and now it doesn't even look like anyone has faith in her anymore. Will Katie ultimately end up working for Spencer Publications, finally making all of Bill's dreams come true? More health problems plague Eric. Eric is the beloved Forrester patriarch on The Bold and the Beautiful. It's hard to imagine the show without everyone's favorite piano playing, singing, and fashion designer. However, upcoming spoilers have fans worried about Eric. Eric has had a string of medical issues within the past few years. As fans remember, in 2003, the Forrester patriarch faced near death following a serious illness. But thanks to Finn, a procedure saved Eric and gave the Forresters the miracle they prayed for. Now, the family might need another miracle. Spoilers for December 5 say that concerns for Eric's health arise after Donna shares shocking news. It's been 2 years since Eric's last health crisis, and it might be too soon for another one. However, could the show be planning the Forrester patriarch's swan song? That's what fans on Reddit believe. Eric sick again? Does this mean John McCook wants to retire? Asked one viewer. I did notice him being absent from a lot of these episodes, wrote one commenter. One fan hopes Eric doesn't die, but wants the Forrester patriarch to have a happy ending. I hope they just write Eric off, have him spend his final days at International. This way he can be like Sally Spectra Sr. and always be having fun somewhere. It's hard to imagine B&B without Eric. Although he may not be featured as much these days, he's still a prominent character, always looking out for his family and his company. Much like his last health storyline, this one is starting out with Eric and Ridge clashing over Forrester creations. The company is Eric's pride and joy, and he still wants to be part of it. Yet, Eric thinks it's time his dad hangs up the sketch pad and retires. Eric's not one to walk away from the business he loves, but his latest health issues may force him to. Although it's still uncertain what illness Eric has, it's going to cause lots of worrying and crying for his family. Eric's a fighter and survived many brushes with death in the past, but his latest illness could be the end for him. Bold and the Beautiful shows that everybody in LA is so thankful that lunatic Luna Nozawa is dead. But there are some red flags that she might not be as dead as we've been led to believe. This could be a big twist on the CBS soap, and it follows a pattern we've seen on there before. We're going to talk about the warning signs that suggest Luna is alive out there and is lurking and waiting. She might be taking advantage of a big misunderstanding. Let's talk about this twist. All right, so I said it here when it first happened, and I still believe it that there is no reason to think that Luna's actually dead. We didn't see Miss Dillon's car hit her. We never saw Sheila Carter, Lee Finnegan, or Finn Finnegan being called to identify the body, collect her remains, or arrange a funeral or cremation. And then we still have the Miss Dillon stuff going on this week, which seems like a red flag in itself of why are we still even having this conversation when everybody just wants to dance on her grave. So, it was all really weird that we didn't see the impact. Now, I know with soap opera budgets, they can't afford to do a big special effect thing. But breaks? A thump. And then a body on the road. That's cheap enough to do. So, that's a big red flag right there that we didn't see it. We saw headlights, and we saw a look of panic on Luna's ill face. But we didn't see pain, we didn't see blood. And then it just skipped to the next day, and them talking about, oh, well, she's dead. But I don't think we've seen the last of Lisa Yamada on Bold. So another red flag is we never saw a body. No zipping Luna into a body bag, and no EMTs wheeling her away. No scene in a morgue or a crematorium. You know, we got all of that when Sheila was supposedly dead, but it was really sugar that Steffi Forrester had stabbed to death, if you remember. So, the very fact we were just told that Luna's dead after the fact with no proof means it's too good to be true. Another red flag is that Sheila hasn't brought up funeral arrangements or wanting to pay her respects to the granddaughter that she lost. If you remember, the last time that Luna supposedly died after surgery for the gunshot wound, Sheila was adamant. She was demanding that Lee tell her where Luna's final resting place was. Where did she bury her? Where did she spread her ashes? Or where did she inter her body? Sheila wanted to know what Lee did with her because Sheila wanted somewhere to go and visit and pay her respects to Luna. So, we saw Sheila hounding Lee, following her around. And that's how Sheila discovered that Luna wasn't really dead, and Lee was hiding her and taking care of her. So, also, Sheila's marriage to Deacon Sharp is hanging by a thread. So, I don't think she'd be discussing funeral arrangements, or missing Luna, when talking to Deacon. That's understandable, but Sheila and Lee are sort of friends now, so you'd think they would be talking about it. So, that's a red flag. But let's say that there is a Bold and the Beautiful twist, and Luna is alive. So, how would that happen? How could she survive being run over by Miss Dillon's car? Well, maybe Luna wasn't the one who was run over at all. If you remember, for no reason, they kept having random beachgoers showing up and using the outdoor shower at Will Spencer's beach house. When there are things that show up repeatedly in a story on Bold, there's a reason. It serves a purpose. But Electra Forrester and Will dealing with constant strangers showering outside the house, seemed random. But it's for a purpose. So I do suspect those shower scenes may be tied to a Luna plot twist that we could see. So, at first it was just guys out there stealing showers, getting indignant when Will kept running them off. But then, out of nowhere, there was a girl. She used the shower when Luna was hiding nearby, and Luna stole her clothes and left the prison outfit behind in the brush. So if rando shower girl saw that her clothes were gone, she might have poked around, found Luna's clothes, and put them on because her clothes were gone, and she was only in a wet bikini. And that chick might have been the one who was hit by Miss Dillon's car, not Luna. So, the surfer chick whose clothing Luna stole was a petite brunette with long hair about the same length as Luna's. She is about the same size as Luna. And if this girl picked up the prison pants and shirt that Luna left because her clothes were gone, that would explain a lot. So it could be that Surfer Girl was on one side of the road and Luna was on the other. And what we saw was Luna's shock with the headlights and the squealing tires, and that the other girl who was in her clothes got run over. So, then Luna might have taken advantage of the distraction and slunk away. And once the cops came to the scene of the accident, they would have seen brunette hair, a whole lot of blood and gore, and a prison outfit, and then went, okay, that's Luna. I mean, who else would be in prison clothes running across the road in Malibu? So from there, Luna could have called Remy or run into him if Remy was in Malibu planning to help look for her and saw the accident. He stopped. Luna hopped in his car. I don't think Remy would rat her out and he might give her a ride somewhere, or Luna could have hitched a ride, or walked because apparently she instantly portaled from the prison over to Malibu, and we still don't know how she got there to start with. So I don't think if Luna hopped in Remy's car that he would have taken her home with him because of Deke Sharp. But he might drop her off somewhere, give her some cash for a bus ticket or something so Luna could disappear. Now that she supposedly miscarried the baby and Will completely and totally and finally rejected her, Luna's got no reason to stay in Los Angeles. It could also be that Remy dropped her off somewhere until the manhunt was over and contacted Sheila and told her where to find Luna so she could get her some money, get her out of town, help her get a fresh start, which is what Sheila always wanted Luna to do. That could also be why Sheila is not asking Lee or anybody else about a funeral or anything. And let's be real, it would not be surprising at all if Luna was presumed dead for a second time, because her grandma Sheila had 2 alleged deaths within the last couple of years. First with the bear attack she staged, and then again when Steffi stabbed Sugar, and all the fans knew that Sheila wasn't really dead. We've also had Liam Spencer having 2 death scares, the fake cancer, and then with his shooting. Then back in Christmas 2023, we had Eric Forrester fake dying, and now he's about to be sick again. We had Taylor Hayes fake dying with that broken heart stuff. So, Luna fake dying totally fits in with all of this. Brad Bell is all about doing repeat plots, so that's another reason I don't think Luna is dead. Plus, Lisa Yamada just won the Emmy for I can't remember they're calling it emerging talent instead of younger actor. But she is a great little actor. So, at the same time, all this being said, while I do doubt that Luna is dead, I don't think she's going to be back on the scene next week. Maybe not even next month. Maybe for February sweeps, or even May sweeps. But Bold and the Beautiful may hold off a while. Let everybody keep thinking Luna's dead. Long run, though, I think they had a look-alike girl and Luna swap clothes for a reason. And then, of course, there's the red flags about Bold telling us off-screen she was dead instead of showing Luna dead on screen. It's just all very suspicious. Bold and the Beautiful 2-week spoilers for December 1st, 12th, 2025. Expect Bill Spencer is on a rampage and Katie Logan absolutely furious. On Monday, December 1st, we've got Bill trying to convince Katie to come work with him at Spencer Publications. So, it looks like she is feeling increasingly superfluous at FC because Brooke Logan and Donna Logan were so worried about her health, they brought in an outside PR firm. But it's really starting to sting Katie, and Bill doesn't like it. This week, Katie and Bill are going to have a really serious talk about her coming over to Spencer Publications because Bill doesn't like it at all that Katie is answering to Ridge Forrester and Brooke, but I'm sure it's Ridge that's the bigger issue. We know how Bill feels about the dressmaker. John Finn Finnegan and Steffi Forrester commit to focusing on their future. They feel like everything is happy and bright, now that his daughter Luna Nozawa is roadkill and all her chaos is over. But of course, as soon as they make this commitment, you know that something's going to come along and screw it up. Also on Monday, Electra Forrester and Will Spencer are reeling. Remember, Miss Dillon came in during the final episodes last week. We had a short week of bold and beautiful episodes because of Thanksgiving, and Miss Dillon confessed to Electra that she's the one who ran down Luna. So Electra is going to bring Will in on the Miss Dillon thing, and she's going to tell him she's the one who killed Luna. Now, according to Luna, she had already miscarried Will's baby that she hijacked from him. So, at least Miss Dillon didn't kill a kid. Also, just Luna. On Tuesday, December 2nd, we've got Brooke really disappointing her sister Katie, because it feels like Brooke is not being very supportive of her sister. So, it looks like Brooke is agreeing with some big decision that Ridge is making about Katie and Forrester Creations, maybe with the temporary PR firm there. Ridge decides that they've moved beyond the scope of an in-house PR person, and they do need a larger firm now that they're not just Forrester Creations. They're the whole brand because they're doing Carter Waltons' big vision. Ridge also spends some time reminiscing with Brooke on Tuesday. Hopefully, it's not more nonsense about their dusty destiny. And Miss Dillon heads over to Steffi and Finn's house, and she's got Electra and Will with her to support her. She's very nervous about it, very stressed out, but Miss Dillon wants to tell him face to face. So, she confesses to Finn that she is the one who ran down his daughter, Luna. Now, she did call the police, and let's be real, the girl ran right into traffic, fleeing a manhunt. Everybody was out there looking for her, so it's not Miss Dillon's fault, but she really wants to tell Finn that she's very sorry for killing her daughter. So, hot on the heels of Steffi and Finn saying, "Oh, good, no more Luna drama," Electra and Will show up with some more Luna drama. All of this stuff to me are red flags that maniac Luna isn't dead. You know, we didn't see her corpse. We haven't seen her zipped into a body bag. And even when they do that on the soap, they still resurrect them. But in this case, where we haven't seen her dead body or anything, I don't believe it. And I don't trust Brad Bell isn't trying to resurrect her yet again. Wednesday, December 3rd, we've got Brooke completely blindsided by some news that Donna delivers about Eric Forrester. And it looks like it is a health issue. I mean, he's not a spring chicken. And I think it was last Christmas, or the Christmas before, where he, almost died. Although we all knew they weren't going to kill him off. So, Bill is confronting Ridge on Wednesday because of what he did and said to Katie. Now, I don't think Ridge is going to outright fire Katie, but he might tell her that they are going to use this outside PR firm and they'll find something else for Katie to do, essentially pushing her aside. Or Ridge may even tell Katie she should take some time off because of the stress, and her grandbaby just died because of the miscarriage, and then Luna got run over and all the Will stuff. I'm sure Bill and Ridge are going to have big beef over this. They're just inventing loose ends right now. Thursday, December 4th, Taylor Hayes gets a visit from Deacon Sharp. So, I don't know if it's a therapy session or a personal chat, but their chemistry is off the charts. They are sparking. Sheila Carter thinks that their marriage is fine, but Deacon's Thanksgiving wishbone wish was to win Taylor's love, and he is out there trying to make it happen. Good for Deacon. Hot on the heels of that showdown with Bill over Katie, we are going to have more tension at Forrester Creations because Eric and Ridge have a very intense conversation and confrontation at the office, and it looks like he wants Eric to retire, most likely, because of his health taking some kind of turn for the worse. Ridge tells Eric, "You need to ride off into the sunset and enjoy life." And Ridge says, "That's what I would do if I was in your shoes." And Eric snaps back that you're not in my shoes. So, I don't know if the cancer's back or it's some other new thing. Also, we've got Hope, Logan, and Deke enjoying some quality family time with Deacon on Thursday, and I'm sure they're going to push him to dump Sheila, which coincides with what Deacon wants as well. Friday, December 5th, on Bold and the Beautiful, we've got Eric's health concerning everybody. And Steffi starts talking to Finn about her deep connection to Eric. So, obviously, Steffi knows about her granddad's health issues that have cropped up again, and she's worried. The week of December 8th through the 12th, we have to face this big question. Are we going to have both Katie and Eric sick at the same time? Is Brad Bell planning a doubly depressing Christmas for fans? I don't know what's wrong with that man. How long can Taylor fight the feeling? We know that Deacon is smitten and wants to be with her, and is going to amp up his efforts next week. And Sheila senses Deacon pulling back, and if she stalks him and sees the sparks with Taylor, that's a big uh-oh. Eric's new health crisis is increasingly concerning for the family. And I'm sure Donna wants her honey bear to also retire, but the last time he was having issues and sick, Eric doubled down on working, and they had that whole fashion challenge thing, which, by the way, he lost. So, I hope they don't go that route and repeat that plot, but I don't have any faith that Brad Bell won't. Deacon wants Taylor, and he's taking serious steps to get what he wants, while also withdrawing from Sheila. Hope and Deke may try and parent-trap Deacon once they know that he's crushing on Taylor, and things get increasingly strained between Ridge and Eric, not only professionally, but personally. The last time that Ridge tried to push Eric out, he thought he was doing it for the right reasons. But that was before Ridge even knew that Eric had what started out as the mystery illness, that then they finally said the C word, said it was cancer. So we'll see how this one goes. But Eric owns more of the company than Ridge, so he could fight back, especially if Steffi aligns with him. The Weekly, The Bold, and The Beautiful must-watch moments for December 5 tease that Katie is disappointed in Brooke for not supporting her, as Bill confronts Ridge over what he did to Katie. Plus, Donna delivers some shocking news about Eric's health, which worries everyone. Tune into TS or Paramount Plus next week to catch all the dramatic moments in Los Angeles, Monday, December 1st, 2025. 9663. Will and Elektra reel at who ran over Luna. Steffi and Finn are committed to moving forward. Bill attempts to sway Katie to his firm. Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. On Next Year 4. Luna's killer confesses to Steffi and Finn. Brooke and Ridge reminisce. Katie is disappointed that her sister Brooke is not supporting her. Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025. 9661. Bill confronts Ridge over what he's done to Katie. Donna blindsides Brooke with news about Eric. Thursday, December 4th, 2025. 96666. Deacon, Hope, and Deke spend time together. Ridge and Eric have a powerful conversation at the office. Deacon visits Taylor, and their chemistry is palpable. Heather Tom delivered another month of powerhouse work on The Bold and the Beautiful, earning Soap Hub's Performer of the Month honors for November 2025. Tom has long been one of daytime's most consistently riveting actresses, but this month highlighted the full force of her emotional range as Katie Logan's world unraveled and rebuilt itself one devastating moment at a time. Much of November centered on Katie dealing with the aftermath of learning the truth about what Luna had done to Will, a revelation that shattered every instinct she had as a mother. Tom captured Katie's anguish with exquisite authenticity, letting her grief and fury simmer beneath a controlled surface. Katie's scenes with Will were some of the most emotionally charged moments of the month, and Tom infused them with tenderness, strength, and heartbreak. Her ability to ground Will's trauma in compassion rather than anger gave their storyline its emotional spine. Katie's quiet steadiness, her resolve, and her refusal to let her son carry his pain alone reminded viewers why Tom remains one of the genre's most masterful performers. As Will struggled, Katie found support in the person who has known her longest, Bill Spencer. The choice for Katie and Bill to move back in together was more than nostalgia. Tom and Diamond tapped into years of complicated history, chemistry, and shared heartbreak, breathing new life into a pairing that fans have loved for decades. Tom navigated Katie's renewed closeness with Bill beautifully. She played Katie's hesitation and longing with subtlety, letting the possibility of a reunion build slowly. Their quiet domestic scenes, particularly the moments when they held one another together for Will's sake, carried weight because Tom played them with honesty and softness. Katie's emotional month wasn't over, though. When she learned Luna had died, Tom allowed Katie's grief to shift into shock, fear, and something almost like relief, layered emotions that she articulated with precision. The scenes were raw, grounded, and beautifully human. Then came the final blow. Learning that Forrester Creations had replaced her while she was busy trying to protect her family. Tom's performance in those moments was fierce and wounded, a mix of disbelief and betrayal that cut deep. She gave Katie a sense of dignity even in devastation, reminding viewers why she is one of B&B's beating hearts.